And welcome back. We're going to take you now to some live pictures again from that funeral home where Jose Fernandez's casket is expected to leave there and then head to Marlins Park, where a procession will begin later this afternoon.
And in fact, Local 10 Sports anchor Cliff Ferrero is at Marlins Park for us right now. And are you seeing people beginning to really gather, getting ready for what's to come later on this afternoon?
Yes, Christy. In fact, people have been out here since we got here this morning, right around 10 o'clock. I'm going to step out of the way real quick and show you some of the things that really stand out to me. And again, we've been seeing fans coming out here to leave mementos and pay their respects ever since Sunday. But I love how much we've seen fans of other teams. You've got a Mets jersey over there with the face of Jose Fernandez on it. There are a bunch of hats over here in the front, a lot of Marlins hats. But you've also got a New York Mets 2015 World Series cap. There's a sign out here that says big New York Mets fan, an even bigger Jose Fernandez fan. So what I think is really coming out, not just from South Florida fans, but also baseball fans in general, Jose Fernandez made such an impact on the game in a way that we haven't seen many people make, between his enthusiasm, his joy, in addition to his talent. And I think that's why you see so many fans out here showing their respects, not just from the Marlins, but other teams as well. Division rivals, where there's some bad blood at times between those two teams. But I think we really saw it before the game when the Marlins played the Mets the other night, that when something like this happens, you really throw that out the window. Now, we did just speak to the Marlins. I want to clarify some things as far as what's going to go on out here starting at 2 o'clock. Let me step out of the way. This is the garage, the parking garage right beyond home plate. We're on the West Plaza. This is beyond home plate. Fans are welcome to come out here and hang out on the West Plaza. You're going to have the motorcade, the casket, come up right here, and that's where the team is going to be. Now let's send it out to Leanne Morajon. Leanne, I understand you have new information for us.
Well, yes, right now, if you're looking at our live pictures, the two limousines who were formerly at the family home where Erica Reiko was live just a short time ago, they've arrived here to the Caballero Rivero funeral home in Westchester off of Bird Road and 82nd Avenue, and you can see close friends and family members of Jose Fernandez have arrived. You can see his grandmother Olga is here to the right wearing a Marlins jersey, such a recognizable figure. If you've followed, even if you've just become familiar with Jose Fernandez recently following his passing, you will have heard so much about his beloved grandmother, how they were reunited just a couple of years ago, how he was the one that he credited for his love of baseball. She used to play catch with him. And so these were that was someone that he considered the most important person in his life. He's been quoted as saying that numerous times. And so it's just heartbreaking to see a lot of people that were here were wearing Fernandez jerseys in black, sort of paying tribute at the same time while they're mourning. And you can see now several police officers who will be getting ready to not only lead the procession, clear the roads, make sure everybody stays together, but also they will be closing roads as the procession continues so that they can get to where they're going most efficiently. We do know their next stop is Marlins Park. As you saw, family members did go inside, presumably to say goodbye or to see the casket one more time before it is brought into the hearse and taken to Marlins Park. If we can pan over just to the left right now, we can show you there's so much media here, but not only that, there are so many fans that have come out just bringing their cell phones, wanting to take pictures, wanting to be part of this mourning process here at the funeral home. We know that so many fans have wanted to show their support. This has touched this community in ways that very few events like this have in the past. Jose Fernandez was a symbol to so many people, so many Cuban Americans here who could not only identify with his story, but can also see their own families in his. To see so many family members who risked everything, including his life, to come to this country, put all their hopes and dreams into a 24-year-old, to watch him succeed, to reach such a stratospheric success, and then to see it stripped away is just a tragedy beyond words. And I know there's so many people in this community that we talk to every day who lose children and can relate to the loss that this family is dealing with. And so in just a few moments, we know, as we said, the family and close friends of Jose Fernandez who left the Southwest Miami-Dade home, they came here on these limousines. They just arrived here to the funeral home. They will be saying their final goodbyes. well, not their final goodbyes, at least their final goodbyes before the casket gets into the hearse. And we know the next stop will be Marlins Park. We do believe that the hearse will then go to La Ermita de la Caridad. It is a shrine to Our Lady of Charity, who is the patron saint of Cuba, a place that has a lot of close ties to the Cuban American community. We've seen a lot of times, anytime there's something going on with Cuba or things like that, there's a lot of religious services held there, and so it was only appropriate that there was not only a mass there a couple of days ago, but that there would be another stop there. The next stop after that, so Marlins Park, we believe La Ermita, and then for the mass and viewing that will take place at St. Brendan Catholic Church, which is closer to this side of town where we are in Southwest Miami-Dade, and so you can bet we will have the very latest for you as this procession moves through South Florida and so many fans gather to say goodbye to number 16.
Leanne, thank you so much. And a reminder there, you mentioned the public viewing that will be from 5 until 11 o'clock this evening. We are going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more in just a couple minutes.
Welcome back. We are looking again at these live pictures from the funeral home where Jose Fernandez's casket is expected to depart there, head to Marlins Park where a procession will begin. We have crews on the ground. We have Leanne Motorong at the funeral home as well as Will Manzo outside of St. Brendan Catholic Church, but we're going to start things off with Leanne.
Well, Janice, as we showed you in our live pictures just a short time ago before we went to the break, these two limousines who we First, we saw them leaving here, and we assumed that they were going to be picking up friends and family members, and that's exactly what they did. They went to the family home in Southwest Miami-Dade, where Erica Rayco was live, to pick up close friends and family members, many of them wearing Marlins jerseys, many of them wearing black, obviously in mourning for the loss of Jose Fernandez, just 24 years old. We weren't sure at first if they were going to be going straight to Marlins Park or here to the funeral home, and sure enough, here they are. The cars did arrive. We did see them get out. We did see Olga Fernandez Romero, who is Jose Fernandez's beloved grandmother, among the people here, get out, come into the funeral home, presumably to pay their respects just one last time before the casket makes its way into the hearse that has been waiting here. At one point, we were even told the hearse was taken to be detailed. They wanted to make sure it was nice and clean, out of respect for Jose as his body is loaded into that casket. We do know that employees here have bottles of water here ready for family members. It is a very hot day. They want to make sure that they're comfortable. This is obviously such a tragedy, and so they want to make this as comfortable for the family as possible, having bottles of water for them on this hot day, tissues available. And I want to show you, this is not only something that obviously we in the media are covering. We want to take you step by step through this procession to be able to pay your respects along with the people who are here in person, of course. But there are also so many people that have gathered just in this parking lot, so many fans that want to be a part of it to say their own goodbyes. About 10 or 15 people at least here with their phones. I talked to some of them who said, this is something that makes them think of their own children who they want the best for, and are nervous whenever they go out on a boat or get on a plane or do anything. I mean, parents, they worry about their children, and so it's something that when you hear about a child being lost, I mean, he was an adult, but he was somebody's child, of course, and so when you hear something like this happen, it resonates with so many people, and so that is some of the reasons. Of course, there are some people here who are wearing Marlins jerseys, people here who are fans, people here who are just touched by his story and obviously greatly affected by his death, and so they want to be a part of it. They're here, they're gathered, they're staying a little distance away, just to let the family do what they need to do. And
Leanne, we'll interrupt you for one quick second. We want to bring Will Manzo.
From here, we know that the hearse will be headed to Marlins.